Up in the Big Game Hunter. I'm a coach who helps people deal with career issues. They may involve your job search, advancement in your career, hiring more effectively, managing and leading, overall workplace related issues. Years ago, a neighbor of mine who spent 19 years with one organization decided it was time to change jobs. It made no sense to me, but it made sense to her. And I said, let me try and take a back seat on this because we're neighbors and friends. I don't want to have my career as a headhunter and the temptations to earn a fee get involved with this. Let me try to advise you, and I'll point you to a couple of other recruiters. She gets an offer, and she's all excited about the offer. After all, 19 years with one firm. And I didn't really think she understood the role well enough or what she was stepping into, but she decided to accept it. I tried to advise her to at least go back and ask some questions, but she was afraid. The point of all of this is sometimes people make bad decisions. In her case, it was based upon not really having enough information and trusting that everything she was told was going to be exactly accurate when it rarely is. And she came back to me and said, I made a terrible mistake. What am I going to do? And I walked her through a simple process and started off with, let's try and move quickly. And this was like 3 weeks after she had joined, she realized she'd made a mistake. So the first thing is, if they're not behaving as you expected them to, you can't hang in there and try and persuade them to change. They are who they are. So you need to move quickly and resign yourself and accept the fact that you're going to need to change jobs again. What's the remedy? You can try working it out, but most of the time it's going to be about moving quickly and having a story prepared to explain why it is that you're moving on. It could be as simple as, when I interviewed with them, they discussed such and such with me. I joined, and the position, as they described it, was radically different, and walked them through 2 or 3 things that are different from the role as you understood it to be and the role as it was now being defined. I don't want to hang in there and do this kind of work. My experience is with such and such, and that's what I expected to do, and that's what I want to be doing. And understand that the next firm is going to have to be able to deliver that to you. But the idea becomes you don't hang in there. You may try, but don't hang in there for very long. Start reactivating your search. And then from there, what's the lesson that you take from this? What can you learn from this experience so that you don't get surprised with a similar situation going forward? What didn't you ask? What didn't you hear that they said that you decide to gloss over? What was it that they tried to signal to you that ultimately maybe you disregarded that prompted you to fall for this story? Whatever it is, learn your lessons, move on. And you might want to work with me in order to talk about the story. We can do that fairly quickly. If you're interested in my coaching you about that, reach out to me. The website is thebiggamehunter.us. If you want me to help you throughout the search, or with these questions, or how to handle certain types of questions, at the website there's a button that says schedule time for coaching, or schedule time to ask a few questions. I'd be very happy to help you. And there's much more at my website in the blog that you can watch, listen to, or read that'll help you. Go to the blog, go exploring. There's a lot there. Lastly, subscribe to my channel on YouTube by clicking the small icon in the lower right or the picture of me in the upper left. You'll get notified whenever I release something new. And if you want to watch me on TV, you can download an app. If you have a Fire TV or Fire Stick, download the app Job Search TV. You can watch my job search content there. Or if you don't, and you have Roku or Apple TV or Samsung, Sony, there are 90 some odd TV platforms. Download an app called BingeNetworks.tv, and you can watch me there on the business channel. Have a great day and take care.